The hey-ho parachutists open their canopies and start a long, silent ride in favourable winds onto the beach and plateau. For the drop, the troopers wear Protec helmets, Nomex gear and oxygen masks. Once on the ground, they fit their 9-ox NVGs, lasers, suppressors and personal radios. At Dili, the group touches down on the beach, where 2 locals see the landing. An interpreter quickly establishes that they are independent supporters and aren't likely to inform on them. They send patrols to crawl up to the crest of the peninsula ridgeline, and one team sets up an overwatch position, identifying what look like TNI observation posts nearby. Though without night vision equipment, the Indonesian observers are easy to evade. An 8-man group of the divers and an overwatch element scales down the other side of the ridge, staying clear of light sources, with the overwatch covering the divers as they enter the water. For the next hour, as the divers work, patrols skirt southwards along the ridgeline, marking a few potential TNI heavy machine gun or manpad positions for later fires. The demolition element tasked with comms disruption makes its way along the ridgeline to the area near the 744 Battalion HQ, cutting a landline and planting a timed thermite charge on a diesel jenny running a radio repeater. As dawn approaches, the dive team reports that it finds no mines in the harbour, but some suspicious wired drums that might be an IED. The overwatch element nearby notices some militiamen approaching the wharf, likely looking at the water. The SAS move in and flash their visible lasers at the militia, quietly forcing them to surrender. The Dili team sends its first radio transmission in burst, Harbour Green, followed by the 3 fire coordinates for the AA positions they spotted. By 0400 hours, the teams exfiltrate back up the ridgeline, and after half an hour of walking into the hills, they let the militiamen go. It no longer matters if they warn others. Fast jets will soon be heard flying overhead. At Baucau, the parachutists are scattered over a wide area, and one gets caught in scrub. Nonetheless, having jumped earlier, they consolidate around the same time as the team in Dili. A perimeter team circles around the chain-link fence around the runway, identifying some territorial infantry patrols and an HMG position. They tap the landline running near the highway, hoping to identify phone traffic spikes to see if the Indonesians have spotted them. Covered by the perimeter team, the infiltration team places timed explosives on the transformer yard and an armory, and while there, they spray chalk arrows and a bogus unit mark on the back wall, as well as scattering a few fresh footprints with combat boot soles towards the interior. At 0400 hours, the SAS on the perimeter open fire with 2 Mini-Me light machine guns, firing unsuppressed with tracer rounds across the airstrip. The charges explode along with some smoke grenades and flares for good measure, hoping to silhouette movement. After 6 minutes of this, and with the garrison sending panicked calls, they cut the phone lines and rapidly depart to the southwest, hoping to reach a small creek bed that they will follow up to the hills. As they leave, however, a territorial infantry patrol headed for the simulated movement spots them, and some shots are sent their way to discourage pursuit, wounding one of the territorials.